people right now are being urged to not make very many trips to the grocery store. Just make dinner with what you have in your pantry. And the same goes for cocktail hour. So joining us now is Naomi Leslie, who's got some very creative crafting ideas with cocktails during quarantine. That's a lot of alliteration, my friend. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I know happy hour is starting earlier and earlier these days. People are coping many ways responsibly. They can't drive because they're not going anywhere. So we don't want people to go to the store or run to get ingredients. So you have so many different recipes. People can use what they have at home, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I started a series called Use What You've Got Cocktails with a couple different options on my Instagram page to be able to really pull together a drink no matter what you have on hand.
And by the way, your video, are you on a boat? Are you in quarantine on a boat?
I am in quarantine on a boat.
Wow. You know,
quarantines, yes.
So you really have to use what you got.
Have to get creative, yeah.
Well, what are some of the recipes that we can use today or tonight or this weekend with friends or our family, whoever we're in quarantine with, to make a great cocktail with ingredients we already have at home?
Yeah, absolutely. I have one here I can show you, which is my Use What You've Got Old Fashioned, especially for when it's a little bit hard to get fresh fruit. So essentially with this one, if you have some bitters on hand, you can use some Angostura bitters. And then for a sweetener, if you want to use a traditional sugar cube, you can use that. You can also use honey in your cabinet, maple syrup in your cabinet. If you have a liqueur around, I found a little bit of a maple syrup today, about a 1/4 ounce of that. And then for your spirit, you can use a whiskey you have on hand, but also if you only have a little bit left or you want to mix it up, you can change up your spirit as well. You can use another whiskey, an aged rum, anything you'd like to really add a little flair to it. So for this one, I'm using our Balvenie 12 Double Whip as the main spirit. I'm going to do about 1.5 ounces of this. And then for a little Use What You've Got flair, I decided to use a bit of our Week of Peat, which is a smokier whiskey. So about 1/2 ounce of that to add a touch of smoke to the old fashioned.
And you're really finding people are engaging with you online because people can't go to restaurants and bars. So you're noticing people are feeling connected by having these virtual happy hours, right?
Yeah, 100%. It's been lovely. I've hosted a couple of myself. And one thing that's great is on my Instagram, Rogue Barkeep Balvenie, I've added the hashtag for this, Use What You've Got Cocktails. And people have actually started letting me know what they're making at home. And people are getting super creative in this time, which I think we're all looking for a creative outlet. So it's pretty wonderful.
I love that. Do you want to finish up your Use What You Got Old Fashioned so we can see the finished product?
Absolutely. So it's adding a little bit of ice there. And then for the topper, one thing I couldn't find was any fresh oranges or lemons for a garnish. So what I decided to do, I found this in the back of my cabinet from an old baking project, a little bit of an orange extract.
Oh, okay.
So if you use a touch of this, it actually simulates the flavor of a fresh fruit garnish. So it's a little bit of a creative twist on that.
Well, listen, I know it's early for cocktails, but again, people like to be creative. We don't want people going out to the store, the liquor stores right now. Just stay at home and use what you got. So I love that idea.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And have fun on quarantine on the boat. I don't know where you guys are sailing, but just be safe, and hopefully we'll see you back on land soon.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Naomi. Appreciate it. There's all information if you want to join her for cocktail hour tonight.